Okay, in view of time, thank you for the discussion, for your input. I think I want to invite somebody with a very difficult task. Already mentioned, Esben Laulund.
Yeah, thanks. I'll try to. Can I use which one?
I think you should use that one and plug in the projector.
Yeah.
So, Esben will sum up conclusions that were clear from this meeting, also give some indications of what will be done with the results of today. And after that, I think Esben will also do the final thanks. Or
I'll do that.
Okay, you will do that.
If I can get this off. Just hang on.
Okay. Esben is the chairman of the LABIP, Lactic Acid Bacteria Industrial Platform, and together with FK we organized this meeting. And for him, this very nice task.
We hope gonna work.
Yeah, take some time.
Okay. Okay, but you already presented. I think it has been a great day with a lot of good information. And I was just wondering if it's coming or not. Do you think it should? Yeah, but I'm trying. This one. Oh, something is coming. Okay, good. And I think we've had a good discussion and some very good introductions. I would say that one of the things I think we can conclude is that the evaluation of health claims of probiotics are done at a high scientific level today. I think for sure you have to use the right things. You have to use randomized controlled trials. You have to focus on the right functionality, use the relevant markers, challenge models, study the right characterization at the strain level, as we just discussed here. What kind of matrix impact, what impact would matrix have? Use of whole microbiota genome sequencing techniques, etc., and so on. I think also that we can say that there are some evidence that scientific evidence that probiotics have a health effect on gut health and immune health, and I think what have been presented today. Within the gut health, I mean, there's about abdominal comfort, diarrhea, and constipation. And I think within the immune health, like clinical endpoints and biomarkers of the immune systems are essential. I think if we then go a little further, I know this has been a very short sum up of the conclusions, but I think if we have to think a little about what should be the next step after this workshop, I think is that we'll have to make sure or secure that the scientific findings of probiotics on health are acknowledged in the EU regulation system. I think it has been discussions we have had here that there is a gap, and it has been also shown by several of the presenters, between the scientific evidence and the regulatory viewpoints. And I think that's something that this gap we have to work on. For sure, in this process we need better guidelines from EFSA on how to substantiate probiotic health claims. And again, we have, I would say, trapped or have this issue about food versus medicine, and which have also been alluded to in today's discussion. I think also we have to make sure that regulation or the viewpoints include the totality of evidence, which were also brought forward today. And I think also that exact wording of the claim is key. I mean, this is really important, and I think that some of the things that the industry and those who apply for claims have to take very much into account. And one of the suggestions which came up here was actually to look on what EFSA already have accepted and try to learn from that experience. So I would say that, again, as also Knud mentioned in the beginning of the seminar, I mean, we want to have a very constructive dialogue with EFSA in this field. And I think also what came out of today's discussion that we also have to include the EU Commission or DG Sancor on addressing the above issues. And I would absolutely recommend that we also involve EU member states in this one. And I also wrote politicians in here because I think that's also a valid point that we need to go that route as well. I think I would also like to state that the findings from this workshop will be written into a paper which will be presented for EFSA and the EU Commission. And I know that Georg Reichers have already worked on kind of also published it in a scientific journal, the British Journal of Nutrition. And then I would like to conclude a little on behalf of LABIB and also EFCA that for sure we would like to work on ensuring that more funds are entered into this research area and as a lobby towards the EU, we would definitely do a lot within this area. So that's about the next steps, and before closing I would say that the objective of this workshop today was to have an open discussion to provide more basis for the scientific substantiation of gut and immune health claims. I think we have come a good way, and that has been really done with the help of the workshop panel with Robert-Jan Brummer, Erik Clausen, Lorenzo Morelli, and Georg Reichers. And I would also like to thank Jan Sigema for being a very good moderator for this workshop here. So thank you very much for attending today, and have a good trip back home. And good luck with your health claims. Not the least.